Happy and blessed Tuesday night, Team Relentless. Welcome to our team training for this evening. If we have not already met, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Marrero. I'm one of your executive sales directors, and I get to host these trainings we have each week. So if you don't yet have that on your calendar marked, make sure that you know about this. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, week after week after week. We get to learn from the best of the best. And I feel like it's an honor and a privilege to be able to just serve in this function for you. But we are a team of celebration. We are a team of recognition. We are a team of being able to acknowledge those who are really winning at this. And we get to learn from them on nights like these. So if you're brand new and you've just gotten started, huge congratulations to you. Go ahead, team. Let's just start lighting up the chat with some flames or welcome or hearts, some sort of emoji and reaction. Trust and believe we want to celebrate you for making that brave decision, joining us, and as well as stepping forward by faith in the future you could design for yourself. Now, starting off with our top 10, we love to recognize those agents that are killing the game. This is our 5-week value month. This is the end of the year for us. So in this business, what that means is Saturday is New Year's Eve for us and we. And these individuals are being recognized because nationwide within our entire thousands of agents nationwide, right? These top 10 are killing it when it comes to agent enrollments. They've been able to top the charts with the highest number of individuals being invited to join us on this journey. The number 1 spot held by Vice President Bruno Floridor, Regional Vice President Reysa Ortero, Vice President Sandra Valles, Steven Santana, Crystal Marrero, Chris Berner, Christopher Vitucci, Rob Santiago, Vanessa Carpio, and Jamari Hernandez. So congratulations to you all, topping the charts, closing this month off strong. Again, a huge salute to you. We celebrate you. Maybe you got invited by one of them tonight, right? So you're gonna wanna give them an extra thank you. Moving on to our second list, we're gonna celebrate those topping the charts with the highest number of client enrollments. Number 1 spot, Vice President Bruno Floridor, right? Next, followed by Dr. Arnold Bogarty, one of our other vice presidents, Regional Vice President Reysa Ortero, Christina Stewart, Crystal Marrero, Sandra Valles, Stephanie Lopez, Anthony Kelly, Executive Vice President David Marquez, and mi tocaya, Mayra Camarillo. So again, shout them out, just say congrats, put those flames up in the chat if you can, celebrate them the same way you know you will be as well celebrated. So hopefully you've been able to just stay plugged in and connected. Huge shout out to Reysa for killing the training last night and that testimony too on her agent, going from field trainer to senior field trainer. There's just so much to be excited about at this time with our company, as well as having the vision to look forward with regards to where we are going. And tonight's training, I know, is gonna definitely give us the mindset, the understanding on how we can approach the different topics and how we can kind of stay in line moving towards accomplishing our goals. You see, I would hope all of you are registered for Jumpstart in January. We'll be able to kick off 2022 in a phenomenally great position by a corporate event. If you don't know where to get the information, ask somebody. No, just kidding. If you don't know, go to your back office. But we're constantly promoting our events and sharing that link and information. But tonight, the training is gonna be by none other than our Senior Vice President. Now check this out. Just so you understand who this gentleman is and why it's such a big deal. If you've never met him, or if you haven't met him yet, if you don't quite know all of the details on what it means to be where he's at right now, let me tell you. This man is actually the person I can personally thank for introducing me to this information. He would have done all of this with or without me anyway. But the truth is, I feel like he blessed me with having me accompany him on this journey, as well as so many other people. He continues to push forward, having built a successful business. He has crossed the stage countless times, being a nationwide trainer for our company. He's multiple 6-figure income, or 7 by now. He's been acknowledged within the top 20 highest earners and the biggest growth of income in this business within a short window of time. Think about how much your life can change in 5 years. And he can definitely share his story, but having gone from staying in a room with his parents and his son, basically homeless as a young adult, and now being able to actually retire his parents in his 30s, he's also built an organization and a team generating $1 million every 30 days in volume. And he's done that not only by his decision, but because to me, he embodies what it means to be relentless, in the pursuit of what his destiny is. He takes no limits when it comes to growing, learning, but also extending his hand back. Tonight, he's gonna go ahead and go into the training on taking inventory of your information. You have a whole entire business online. He's gonna talk to us about those types of reports. What are the things that we could do now to set the tone and step into 2022 like no prior year? And again, we're gonna learn by his success because he has that proven track record and he wants to truly from his heart see all of us win right beside him. So I could spend the whole hour of this training probably bigging him up and giving him the credit that he's due. Him with that killer background. I mean, who does that, right? Living in the highest residential building in Tampa, downtown, with the only view. But again, that's something he's earned and accomplished. And I'm extremely proud to know him, to be able to say we've partnered on this. And I will forever be in gratitude because he invited me on this journey, just like I'm sure you're going to appreciate whoever has invited you as well. So please allow yourself to learn. Class is in session at this time. I'm going to get myself out of the way and let's give it up, lighting it up for the chat, congratulating this man to none other than our senior vice president, my brother from another mother, Mr. Xavier Marrero. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mara, can you hear and see me?
Loud and perfectly clear.
Perfect. Look, I gotta stand up. I was sitting down, but you guys know me, man. It's all about energy. It's all about excitement. Relentless, where you guys at, man? What's going on, man? How are you guys doing? It's Christmas season, but I want to see some excitement, man. I want to see some people turn on their cameras, say what's up. You know, shout out to my man, Rob. Rob, I see you, dog. Always connected, always plugged in, always giving recognition, man. That's why you are where you're at today. And so many other people. I seen Diamonds on here as well, right? So somebody that went through everything to try to come over and finally did come over, right? If you guys know that story, it's amazing, right? So, man, I'm super, super blessed to actually be in front of you guys today. But I do want to take some time and say thank you. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for being committed. Thank you for being plugged in on this Tuesday night where you guys could be anywhere else, right? Especially for the holidays. A lot of people like to use excuses when it comes to their business, but it's crazy to me because they don't use excuses when it comes to their job. So understand what I just said. So many people use excuses for their business, especially during this season, but yet use any excuse for their jobs. The reason why is because, see, at their job, they're holding them accountable. At their job, they're saying, we don't care if Christmas is right around the corner. We don't care if you haven't done your last minute shopping. We don't care that your kid might be home sick. You need to be here, or if not, you won't have a job tomorrow, right? But at the end of the day, who's holding you accountable for your business, for your organization, for your empire, for your legacy, for your dreams? No one, right? And this is when that willpower has to kick in. This is when you truly have to understand that none of this will happen unless it's you doing the work, right? So today, what we want to talk about is basically following up. Guys, we're on the last week of not just the value month and not just the 5th week of the value month, but we're on the last week of the year. So, right, by me saying that, just understand that this Saturday is actually New Year's Eve for us, right? So make sure you get with your team, make sure you guys celebrate, but make sure you guys stay in production mode, right? Just don't go hanging out, chilling, right? Rob and myself, we can do this, Myra too, right? But one thing is, when we come around each other, it's about motivating each other. It's about empowering each other. It's about pushing each other a little bit more. And I'll give you a good example, right? You can go to the gym and you can go ahead and start lifting all this heavy weight and you can try to look like Arnold all you can. A lot of us won't, right? I don't know how this man got so big. I don't understand it, right? But what happens is this: if I'm at the gym and I'm trying to pump all this iron and I'm trying to look like Arnold, right? It's easy for me to just give up when I feel like my muscles are fatigued, when my muscles can't take it anymore. But it's hard for me if I have Rob sitting there, it's like, no, X, you still got one more. You still got one more rep. X, go ahead and push it. Don't worry, X, I got you. Like, I'll spot you. See, guys, in business, sometimes we need the exact same thing. In business, I know for a fact I'm out here, I'm grinding every single day. I'm out here, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. But when I have that person next to me, that business partner, that individual that is conducting business, then it seems like we just have to work a little harder, right? It seems like we do have that person holding us accountable and saying, hey, if we hit our goal for today, that doesn't mean we stop working. Or if we didn't hit the goal for the early morning, the midday, or late afternoon, doesn't mean we stop working. What it means is we go in harder, right? So just keep that in mind, guys, because man, this season, we finishing strong, whether you like it or not, right? That's what we're gonna do. So what I want to do is basically kind of properly introduce myself. We have a lot of agents that are brand new to the team. My name is Xavier Marrero, one of the senior vice presidents here. And I have to say, like how Mara said, there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put in. But guys, it wasn't just me. It was every person that's on this webinar right now, right? We're Team Relentless. We made this happen together. We generate over $1 million in business every 30 days, but that's not just Xavier. That's Team Relentless. So give yourself a round of applause because this year we had an amazing year. This year we did so many big things that, again, even corporate have recognized it. We just came from a big corporate meeting with all the top leaders, the co-founder and the VP and development of sales. That is huge when you can work your ass off to be able to sit on these roundtable meetings, right? We have Rod was there, one of our vice president. We had one of our regional vice president, Reza Otero. And we even have one of our executive vice president, David Marquez, right? So to be in a room, not only where I could sit in this roundtable meeting, but also have my top guys, my top ladies in this room with me, that's what really matters. I tell people all the time, guys, so you guys get to know me a little bit better. I don't measure my success on what I've been able to accomplish. I measure my success on what have others that came after me, what have they accomplished? How successful have they been? And to me, that's how you count your success. That's how you can go around and talk about success. It's not what you have done. It's cool, gravy, high five for that. But how many other people have you put in position to do the exact same thing? How many other people have you somewhat gave them training or just gave them that push out their comfort zone to become a lot more, to become a better person, a better spouse, to become a better business partner, to become financially free and have time freedom? To me, that's more important. So today what we want to do is we want to just teach you some of the fundamentals that we have learned to get us to the titles that we have today, right? To be able to get us to the income that we have today. Because of course, even during this season, we're still having a great, amazing year. And when we look at the number, guys, you guys are actually doing very, very well compared to even last year. So again, round of applause for yourself for that. So I want to kind of throw that in there because I don't want anybody to think, man, you know, I'm the only one that's not really doing nothing. I'm the only one that seems there's no growth. Guys, there is growth, right? It's crazy. Just during this meeting, sometimes we look and we want to compare ourselves to ourselves 3 months ago, or we want to compare ourselves to the person that's right next to us, or we want to compare to ourselves to a high-ranked leader, but not really knowing that you're still growing, not really knowing if we did year-to-date numbers, you guys are still doing better. So that to me was very important because that right there just showed the growth within Team Relentless. It showed the leadership because remember, the leadership doesn't always just come from me. We have some amazing leaders in Team Relentless. And I'm very proud and very blessed to be in a position that I am. I just like to say that I like to take the credit for it, right? But if it wasn't for my leaders, if it wasn't for my team, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I wouldn't be who I am today, right? Trust me, through the blood, sweat, and tears, we have learned a lot. It has built character in us. It has taught us how to deal with the next situation a little bit better based on the previous situation. So again, guys, be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you're at. Because just 4 years ago, I wasn't living the way I'm living today. Just 4 years ago, I was sharing a bedroom, a bed on top of that with my 12-year-old who was actually turning into a teenager. He was turning 13. I was living at home with my mom because I basically became homeless off of a bad business deal that I did. And it wasn't the business deal, it was the people that I did the deal with ran away with the money. And that's the last thing I had. But guys, because of that, I did go through a divorce. And I want to tell you guys all this and kind of remind you guys all this because I'm hearing the stories of how people are going through stuff. I'm hearing the stories of, X, you can't relate. You know, I'm hearing the stories of like, but you never been through this. I was telling Rob today, I said, Rob, it blows my mind because, see, a lot of people see Xavier, the senior vice president, but a lot of people didn't never meet Xavier, the brand new agent. A lot of people didn't meet Xavier that lost his home. Out of 4 vehicles, 2 vehicles were taken. 1 I had to return. The 4th one was given to my ex-wife because she's also the mother of my son. I had to make sure she was good, right? No one ever speaks about that 70% of all my accounts, all my investments, which wasn't much, had to go to her. So I was only able to keep 30%, right? Nobody talks about how on my son's birthday is when they came to our home to tell us that we had to get out. While there was people inside of my home, while we're celebrating my son's birthday, which means everything to me, right? People never want to talk about, or people never knew that Xavier had to go to his closet almost every single day and pick out a pair of Jordans to sell for that day to get by. No one talks about how Xavier had to sell the jewelry that he had to make sure that his son was fed. No one ever talks about how I had to constantly sell anything that had value to it to make sure I grew this business, to make sure I was able to travel when I had to travel, to make sure that I was able to get the hotel rooms when I was able to get the hotel rooms, to make sure that I got that plane ticket when I was supposed to get that plane ticket, to make sure that we filled up that gas tank when we had to fill up the gas tank, to make sure that we attended every single training. See, guys, my vision was so clear that there was nothing that was going to stop me. There was nothing that was going to get on the way. There was no one that was going to tell me that this wasn't going to work. So if you have someone in your ear right now that's telling you this ain't going to work, I have one question for you. Where are they at in life? And are you willing to trade your life for their life right now? Because if you are, then you might want to listen to them. But if you're not, because 99% of them are not where you want to be, then you can tell them keep their thoughts to themselves and just sit back and watch you become successful. See, you have to have that demeanor. You have to have that posture. You have to have that attitude that you're going to make it work because you see it working for everybody else. So why not you? I'm no one special. I don't have the college degrees. I didn't go to a special private school when I was growing up. It was complete opposite. I'm a college dropout, complete opposite. I went to the ghettos when I was in school. The schools that we went to, super hood. But they didn't stop me from dreaming big. And I don't care where your background's at, because if I show you where I lived at in Puerto Rico, and if I show you where I lived at in Pennsylvania, I guarantee you not too many other people can show me a worse spot. There's some, but not too many. So don't let that determine what your future is going to look like. Don't let the people that are around you determine how you're going to be in the next year, 3 years, or 5 years. Because maybe they stopped dreaming a long time ago, or maybe they stopped dreaming last week. But that doesn't mean you got to stop dreaming. That doesn't mean you got to sit here and follow what they have to say. Because if I was to do that, guys, I'll be a nobody right now. If I was to do that, guys, I'll be dead or I'll be in jail. Let's just be honest with it. But because I decided to think different, I decided to move different, I decided to act different, and it was called growth, I'm where I'm at today. And because I had a vision so clear, like a horse with blinders on, no one could tell me any difference. Myra could tell you how many times I reached out to her when I first joined this business. But she would tell me no. You think that stopped me? I reached out to David. David told me no. You think that stopped me? I reached out to so many people that are here right now. I reached out to Rob several times. And he told me no. But you know what? That did not stop me from building the empire that I wanted to build. That did not stop me from living the dreams that I want to live. And look where they're all at today. ESDs, VPs, EVPs. We're talking about six-figure earners, R&R members. Guys, that's amazing. But if I listen to those, pardon my language, but those idiots back then, I'll be an idiot myself. So I don't care what you're going through. I don't care if the holidays are here. I don't care if you don't have any presents under your Christmas tree. That's the reason why you should be going hard in this business. That's the reason why when you get off of that 9 to 5, you need to tell your spouse for the next 2 months, the next 3 months, you might not see me that much, but I'm about to go ahead and make our lives a lot better than what it is. Because if I don't change it now, it will never change. And if you want more, I have to become more. See, some of these conversations you must have with your spouse, your loved ones, your roommates, whoever it is that's constantly around you. And it's okay. You might lose some of them during the process. But I'd be damned if I tell my son again that we're homeless. I'd be damned if I tell my son again that Bobby can't get you that. And not because you want it, it's because you need it. But unfortunately, I can't get you that because of decisions that I have made in life. I'd be damned if I'm that person. And I'd be damned if I'm a person that have to ask for permission to another grown person to spend time with my son during the holidays, let alone my family. And I need you to start thinking about some of these things. And it's not to bring anybody down, but it's a reality check. Some of you guys have to work Christmas Eve. That sucks. I've been there. That was one of my motivations why I had to make something work. Some of you guys might have to work New Year's Eve. Y'all might have to work New Year's. And if you didn't, that might be because you gave up Thanksgiving to be around your family to work. So now you can be around them during these holidays. Does that settle right with you? Type in yes if that settle right with you, and type in no if that doesn't settle right with you. So I have one no. Okay, perfect. I was about to say, everybody else, where y'all at? Is my line muted? Myra, you can still hear me, right? Loud and clear. That's what I thought, right? But guys, you guys have to understand, there has to be a drive in you. There has to be fire that's constantly burning. And what gasoline are you using to get that fire even bigger, to get you out the situation? Use the holidays as motivation. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at it, especially in the United States of America, this is the most depressing time. Holidays are the most depressing time. And I could relate back then. You're working all these long hours. You got to come up with this extra money because you got to give gifts to people. And unfortunately, as Americans, we measure how much you love me on the dollar amount that you spent on me, which is BS. So it causes a lot of stress. It causes a lot of arguments at home. But it's the holidays. It's like the season to be jolly. So if you're in that situation, don't let that discourage you. Control your emotions, right? Get back to staying focused and get results. People are still wanting to fix their credit. People are still looking to make extra money. It's the holidays. Everybody's looking for a gig. And based on the research and based on the training that we have done, the agents that you enroll during this season are the agents that are most serious about their business. So this is when you really want to reach out to people and you want to follow up. So today's training is going to be about following up. Because all of you guys have a book of business and you might not even know it. All of you guys are saying, hey, Xavier, I just don't have any more leads. And I'm going to show you right during this training that you do have leads. And I'm going to show you how you're going to reach out to those leads and how we're going to bring them on board during the holidays. And I remind you guys again later on, tomorrow, the company's giving us a gift. And that gift is that they're going to double all our value points for every new enrollment. So you're talking about every new client, instead of 200 in value, it's 400 in value. That's what we normally get for a brand new agent. So what are they going to do for the agent? Instead of 400, it's 800. So this is when you want to reach out to your team. This is when you want to have that crucial conversation tonight and tomorrow morning. And you're like, team, we got to go. We got to move. We got to follow up. And we got to make this happen. Because the company's doubling up. Razor, you've been around long enough. David, if you're on, you've been around long enough. Arnold, right? Rob, have the company ever done this for us?
Never.
Never.
4 years. They never put extra volume on anything.
Never. It's not beneficial for a company to do that. That's more money they need to pay out. That's higher ranks. But because the CEO or co-founder has a big heart. I always say this man has a big pocket. This man has a big wallet. We know that. But this man's heart is so much bigger. He don't have to do this. This is extra money out of his pocket, not even the company. So let's take full advantage of it. Let's show the company at the end of the day, we appreciate when they go out their way to do stuff like this for us. Because if we don't, they're not going to do this again. But at Relentless, that's exactly what we are. We're relentless. We're going to go after it. We're going to make it happen, right? Type of number one, if tomorrow you're going to take full advantage of these double points. Type of number one, I want to see how many people are going to be out here working, taking full advantage, because that's almost like your job telling you, come in tomorrow, we're going to pay you double time. You guys are doing overtime just to get 1.5. The company says we're giving you 2.0. We're not paying you time and a half. We're paying you double. But it's your business. It's even better. There's no limits. There's no caps. So let's get straight into this training, man. Because y'all know me. I start talking with passion. I'll have you guys here all night. Let me get. Why can I not get over here?
Those slides look good, X. I gotta just say that from all the years from when you didn't even have any to you using that right there. Just that's it. Sorry, my bad.
And they don't know, man.
Give them an award or something. I'm so proud of you, bro.
So you guys know, right? I'd rather do training like this, right? I talk with my hand. I'd rather have the whiteboard up. But Razor said, X, you can't always do that. I said, Razor, it works very well for me. She said, X, we're only here to empower each other. And sometimes people just don't want to tell you certain things, but I'm going to be that one that tells you certain things. And she said, you need to do PowerPoints. And I said, Razor, you don't know what you're talking about, girl. Like, I'm good. And I swear, guys, Razor beat me up one day and threw me inside of a closet and told me I had no choice but to do a PowerPoint. If not, I couldn't come out this closet. I have to tell you, Rob, be careful. She's very strong. That she has Arnold's power. Like, Arnold looks strong, but he's not as strong as Razor. So don't sleep on Razor, people. All right. And Arnold, I don't know what you're doing because Razor has way more power than you, dog. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I sleep with both eyes open.
I agree 100%.
I will find you.
She's not playing either.
I turn my camera off.
Rob comes up missing. I'm not saying nothing, Rob. I love you, but I can't come up missing neither. You know what I mean? But guys, look, today we're going to talk about following up with your clients, agents, inactive agents, and even so potentials. And I can't take credit for this whole training. Again, this is the leaders. They always help me out. I just say all the time, I just take the credit for it. They just make me look good. But shout out to all the leaders as well. But guys, look, so there's 7 fundamentals when it comes to the skills of network marketing. And today we're going to talk about the follow-up skills. Obviously, there's more skills to it, but because this is the last week, the only thing we can do right now is actually follow up. So what is the actual definition of following up, right? What does that mean, right? Follow-up is the process of completing an activity. So when it comes to business, especially when you need to acquire new customers, follow-up means turning prospects into customers, right? Or even agent in our case. So understand, this is the season where we start planting seeds. right? Guys, this is something you guys should already been doing. And if you're brand new, it doesn't matter. Start now. Start planting the seeds. Start building those reports, finding their needs and showing them value. Understand in the beginning, it's not about closing the deal right then and there. If you come in with that mindset, and yes, you always want to have the mindset and assume that you're closing the deal, but you really want to turn around and actually start building rapport. You want to go ahead and find their needs. You want to show them value, right? And building rapport is very simple, right? Like, for example, I know Dr. Arnold Bogley, he has 2 little ones. Right. So when I'm speaking to him, I want to find that out. What is it that sparks you? What is it that gets you going? You know, he might tell me, hey, look, I have 2 little boys and, you know, I want to make sure they have a better life. Perfect. Right. I'm building this rapport. Let me find their needs. Right. So now I already know for a fact that he just wants them to have a better life, or maybe he just wants a new home for them. Right? Or maybe he wants to be able to purchase a vehicle for one of them because they might be old enough to actually now start driving, right? Then you want to start showing them value. What is the value that we carry? It could be for the agent part. Hey, Dr. Arnold Bogley, at the end of the day, I can show you how you can spend more time with your kids after we put in this work, right? I can show you how to create extra funds to make sure that you can get him that vehicle. I can show you how to create extra funds to make sure you have that down payment for that house, right? That's going to be more for the agent part. But for a client, hey, Dr. R. Bogley, man, I have a son myself. Man, that's my pride. I'm pretty sure that's your pride as well, right? So I'm building that rapport, right? Trust me. I tell people all the time, you ever want to see me smile? Make my son smile, and I promise you I will smile, right? So that's how I tell people all the time, build that rapport. So now I'm also building that report. Hey, Dr. Arnold Bogley, imagine how your kids will feel once you purchase that home and they can consider a house a home now. Right? How's your spouse going to feel? You know, hey, Dr. Bogley, how will your kids feel when you're handing them over that key? See, when I grew up, my father couldn't do that. But you as a father, you're in a position to do that. Congratulations in advance. So this is what you want to do, is you want to start having real conversations. So to me, yes, do I do copy and paste text messages all day? Right? But I also see more success when I take the time to pick up that phone call or have that meeting or get on a Zoom. One thing that Rob always taught us, guys, instead of just sending out that text message, send that voice memo. That voice memo means so much to people versus just a plain text. And sometimes these texts are too long, and they're like me. If I see more than 3 seconds, forget about it. I'm not going to even read it. Right? So just keep that in mind this week when you're following up, because it's not how many people you reach, it's how many people you're going to close this week. How many people we reach, we worry about that going into next year. This week is how many people can you really close, right? And understand, right? You're not going to close the deal on your first conversation. No sell today, right? This is actually David Marquez when he first started the business. He didn't know too much, very premature, right? This is David Marquez's picture. He doesn't know I got it from a family member. So David, don't be mad at me, but this is David Marquez. He was a white baby at one point. I think he stood in Florida a little too long. Now he thinks he's Puerto Rican, but he's technically white, right? But guys, look, enough of that. So, but look, understand this. This is when people start losing their funk, right? This is when people start like, oh my God, Xavier, I caught X amount of people. We hear it all the time. Everybody said no. Well, now this is when you want to start taking action with a purpose behind it. This is when you want to have that posture, that attitude, that confidence, right? Oh, I can't do it. No, we're going to change that to I can do it, right? We're going to go ahead and cut that out, right? We're going to go ahead and have the right posture. Guys, look, man, even right now, me doing this, there's no way I could have done this training from this chair. Like, how will you guys feel if I'm just like this? Like, yeah, guys, look, today we're going to talk about taking action with purpose behind it. Just believe in yourself. Like, you got this. The posture is completely different. The confidence is there. My attitude, right? It's everything. So when you're on the phone with these people or you send these voice memos, like I see Rob's facing back and forth, like talking, like they hear that energy. They feel that energy. It's the exact same thing when you're on the phone. Hey, Dr. Arnold Bogley, how you doing? I'm just following up with you. But hey, how are those kids doing? Oh, they're doing great, but you know, hey, no, not a problem. But look, man, how fast can we get them in that home? You know they're gonna love it. Hey, how fast can we get them that key? I know you got, bro, I know that feeling, man. When you hit on that key, man, you see that smile, your son smiling ear to ear, man, I guarantee you're going to be so happy you took action today, because we need to make it happen today. If not, we're just delaying everything for them. And we can't do that, right, Dr. Arnold Bogarty? Completely different. So you got to make sure that you have that confidence. And guys, some people are like, well, X, I don't really know the protection plan that well. It doesn't matter. Get that 1 through 10. It doesn't matter. Print out the services and read from the actual paper. But have that posture, have that attitude, have that confidence. That right there closes more deals than you knowing the actual information. Period. That closes more deal with the confidence, the attitude, the posture. I can go anywhere, and I promise you, Rob's seen this firsthand. I can tell them whoever I want to be. My confidence there, they're letting me through that front door before they let anybody else. We can go to the casino, and the line is wrapped around the corner. I'm telling my brother, pull up with the SUV. We're suited up. You're my bodyguard, right? My brother's my bodyguard. Tell him in the front that you got someone famous, someone special, and we need to hurry up and get through. And we're making it happen. Because of the posture, the attitude, the confidence. They didn't even question us. Rob said, Xavier, you never wait on line because of the confidence. It's not because I'm cocky. I'm confident I shouldn't be waiting in line. My attitude tells me I should not be waiting in line. We work too hard to be waiting in line. Right? So it's the exact same thing with the business and the follow-up, right? And obviously the fortunes and the follow-up, guys. This is where you come and you start getting enrollments. Why do you think that you constantly hear Bruno's name? You constantly hear Razor's name when it comes to the top producer. Why? Because these are the individuals that have mastered the follow-up. Not because they're constantly going out there planting new seeds. You have to do that, but they're smart enough to keep coming back and watering these seeds. I'm talking about when we went to Massachusetts, I seen people reaching out, I seen Razor reaching out to people saying, I'm coming back home. We need to speak. And before you know it, she had all these meetings lined up in Massachusetts, and she hasn't been back home in months, if not a year. But it was the follow-up. It was a follow-up game that she did and say, you know what? I'm smart enough to know that the fortune's in the follow-up. So tomorrow's schedule, it should look just like this. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. That's how you're going to get all those enrollments. It's not going to be that new client. And don't get me wrong, continue focusing on that or that new potential. It's going to be the follow-up. So build a book of no's. No's is when somebody's telling you no. Rob told me no. Razor told me no. Marrero done told me no. Anthony Kelly done told me no. David Marquez done told me no. Guess what? They didn't even know it. That was being added to my book of no's. The no's just mean they didn't know enough. Rob didn't know enough at the time. For David, it wasn't the right time. For Myra, wasn't too sure about making the decision. She was already fully committed to another company. She was already at a position where she was already booked. But understand this, all these individuals are your future business partners or even clients. And your book of no's will always have leads for you. Your book of no's will always have leads for you. People say, Xavier, I contact everybody in my contact list. BS, you didn't, but we hear all the time. So if you did, let me see your book of no's, because they should be on your book of no's, and you should be calling them every single day until they tell you stop calling. Not that. I'll give you the formula. That was BS I threw at the end. If you're taking those, scratch that. You don't call them every single day. They might file some charges against you. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Right? So now check this out, right? So this is when you start watering your leads. This is the follow-up process, right? This is when you do the 2-2-1. You follow up in 2 days, 2 weeks, and you follow up in a month. And just keep this in mind. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? But don't stop the follow-up process. Guys, I show you guys all the time, right? I can go in right now and put potential, right? Check this out. Potential agents. And then look, check this out. Look at all these potential agents I have. Boom, right? Look at this. Right? And I break them down per weeks. Some weeks are a lot, some weeks are not. Doesn't matter. But look, if they have an X like that person, that means they have already told me, Xavier, you call me too much. Don't ever call me. If it's regarding the business or it's regarding this, whatever it might be, stop calling me. Like I'm blocking you. Then I'm putting an X out of respect. If they don't, I'm not putting anything next to them until I get that check mark next to them. That check mark means they enroll. And these are just agents. Right? So my book of no's is deep. Now, it doesn't stop there, because then what I do is when I'm out and about, I'm building reports, I'm finding their needs, I'm showing them value, right? You might want to write that down too, right? I can go here and put in POT, pop, potential, right? Watch all this. Look at all these potential agents, potential clients. Look at all this. And when they enroll, guess what? I change them to agent or I change them to client. So all these that start with POT, they're all potential. Look at this. Guys, we practice what we preach. You guys might think that we're just sitting here, right? Look, Razor's bringing hers up, right? I'm pretty sure every leader right now can bring theirs up, because this is what we do. Y'all might think that we're just chilling, right? Enjoying a nice little view, sipping on some coffee, right? Waiting for training to come up so then we can get in front of this camera. No, guys, we're constantly behind our desks, behind our computers, behind our phones, and we're following up. We're creating the book of notes. We're generating new leads. And so why don't we want to stop the following up process? I'm going to show you why. Because see, a lot of you guys were putting the hardest part, the hardest work. And that's going out there, finding the right soil. That's ranking up. That's taking every little seed, dropping it, making sure it's enough space from the other seed so it can grow properly. That's the hardest part, right? The easiest part is following up, but this is where we drop the ball at. Guys, look at this right here. I want you guys to look at the last sentence. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. Not the first one, right? 2% are made on the first one. 3% are made on the second one. 5% are made on the third one. 10% are made on the fourth one. This is where we drop the ball at. This is when we give up too early. This is when we quit. I promise you, and Myra can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the 5th or 6th time I spoke to her before I closed her. It wasn't the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, or 4th. Same thing with Rob. With Razor, I think by the 3rd one, because now she's already seen the bigger picture and she started seeing the results. And then she had this crazy vision how she was going to take over Massachusetts. And one day we're going to have this big event. And it's crazy because it's exactly what ended up happening. Right? But again, guys, you see the mindset? You see that we follow the rules? There's no elevator to success. We got to take the stairs, right? So it's not like I could teach you guys how to make sure you close the deals on your 1st, 2nd, or 3rd time. I wish I could. I'll be training international, right? I'll be charging people a lot of money. But the facts are the facts. It takes 5 to 12 times to actually contact someone before you close a deal. So don't give up on the work you already put in. When you start with a fresh one, you start all over again. And I'm not telling you to not build your pipeline. You always want to build your pipeline and create that funnel, right? Put as many as you can and they'll just start dropping. But it's going to take you 5 to 12 times to actually follow up with someone. Type a number 1 in this chat, and don't lie, right? Numbers don't lie. I can look in the back office. Type of number one if you are someone that follow up 5 to 12 times to somebody before you give up. Type of number one in the chat. Let me look at the chat. Boom. Razor Rob, you guys, Arnold, don't even answer. Meyer, you don't even have to answer. David, you didn't have to answer, right? I know for a fact these individuals are doing that because the number speaks for themselves. She puts, I get blocked. Look, that's a good problem to have. If you become that annoying, like, you're good. You're good. You know what's funny, right? Like, I tell Razor all the time, yo, once Jay is old enough, Jay is going to be like the number one agent. Why? Because this kid does not, whatever he wants, ask Arnold. I think he flexed on Arnold the other day and told Arnold, I need a helicopter. Now we might have some problems. And Arnold like hurry up and gave him the helicopter because Arnold seen what kind of problems he was about to have with Jay. But this kid does not stop. You tell him no, he'd be like, no. Hey, X, can I get that? Yo, I just told you no. X, you think you're ready for that now? I just told you, this kid does not stop. So I told Razor, this is going to be the number one agent. But have that mentality that when someone told you no, you're like, oh, okay. And you're coming right back with another smile on your face like, yo, you ready to roll? No, oh, okay. Hey, are you ready now? Oh, no, oh, okay. Guys, start doing that and you're going to start seeing your numbers. You're going to start feeling like, you know what? The work that I'm putting in and the information that I'm sharing and the time that I'm taking to share the information is definitely worth it. So make sure that you're following that. And then always look, ABC, always closing, right? So these are 8 little steps that I put together. I kind of thought about what I kind of do. The first touch is that text, that call, that messenger, that Zoom, cool, right? I tell you, we learned from Rob, one of the best, send them voice memos. If you have to send them a text or a messenger, send them a voice memo. It's the closest you're going to get to a webinar or to a call. It's more personal, right? Then the second one is definitely has to be a call. And the question has to be, what did you like the most? What did you like the most? Do not give them any room for negativity, period. Right? So when I start the conversation, hey, what did you like the most? You have no choice but to tell me something positive. Unless you're a complete a-hole that you just want to go into a negative, then that's okay. I can hang up on you. That's okay. Because if I tell you what you like the most and you want to go to anything negative, already I know you're not cut for this. But if I put you in a position where you had no choice but to tell me something positive, then that's what I'm going to relate to. Hey, Dr. Arnold Burgundy, what did you like the most? Man, I love the time. I love that I can make enough money to create time freedom. You know what, bro? That's the exact same thing that I love the most because I want to do that for my son. Or, hey, Dr. Arnold Burgundy, what do you like the most? Man, I love that I can get my credit score up in a short time frame because I really want to buy my spouse's house. Man, I can really relate, man. I remember being in that situation. Like, I know that feeling. Guys, it's so many things that you can go ahead and have someone tells you and have them close themselves. Because if I listen to Dr. Arnold Burgundy enough and I listen to his needs, I'm going to use everything that he told me to close that deal. Or Dr. Arnold Burgundy, I remember we spoke last week. You told me you had to get back to me. I'm following up with you. I want to know how your kid's doing. Amazing. Oh my God, that's amazing. So, hey, Dr. Arnold Burgundy, how fast do you want to make sure that you spend more time with your kids? Because remember, you told me you wanted that. How fast do we want to get this home for your spouse? Because remember, you told me you wanted it. How fast can we get your son this car? Because remember, you told me that. Right? And then now, number 3, send them a fact, a benefit about having good credit based on their needs, based on their goals. Guys, these are all steps to following up with someone. It doesn't always have to be like, hey, I'm just following up. You ready? Oh, you're not? Oh, okay. Next week, hey, I'm just following up. You ready? Oh, no, you're not. Oh, okay. Guys, send them some information. Send them some facts, right? Then invite them out again. It could be a phone call. It could be the Zoom. It could be to our local event, right? And then to follow up with the text message of recap or whatever we spoke about. Hey, Dr. Arborgity, first of all, I want to thank you for serving our country. Salute to that. Not too many people have the guts to do it, so thank you for that. You know, also, man, I want to talk about your kids, man. Amazing. I have a son myself, but let's talk about what is your goal and how can we help you get there? Let's recap. And then I can send them another benefit. And then now, by this time we speaking again, I'm assuming that they're ready to sign up and I'm gonna share a testimony. Yo, Dr. R. Brody, check this out. Remember how we started talking about 3 weeks ago? Well, one of my clients actually started that same day for the first time. Can you believe that their points already went up by 100 points? Their score went up by 100 points. Man, imagine where you will be at. I'm sharing that testimony. And then by the 8th time, we got to close. By this time, I done spent enough time with you. We closing. That could be a phone call. That could be a meeting. But it has to happen. And then, guys, these are some of the scripts that the leaders put together, including myself. There's more. I know Arnold sent me a couple more. I just didn't have the time to take the screenshots and put them up. But you need to take a screenshot of this. This is going to be for some clients, for some agents, inactive agents, right? I love the one that our executive vice president, David Marquez, made. You know, the one that starts, I know the first time, or I know the first time around you missed it, but it's okay. Right? Then he starts saying what he's about to do for the next 30 days. Especially if you've been consistent, especially if you went from an agent to a field trainer. Hey, you see what I did? We're about to do this again, so don't miss out on this one. You missed the money train once. We're coming back around for you, but I don't know if we're going to come back the third time. Right? That's what I told. That's exactly what I told Marrero. Marrero, look, you missed it the first time. I'm coming back again. Baby girl, you can't miss it this time. And she goes, Xavier, it's crazy because I was actually about to call you today to jump on that train. I see what you guys are doing. And I'd be stupid to miss out on this movement. And then we even have it for the clients. We're offering them $100 off. We're offering them $99 off. Right? You got to be careful with that verbiage. It's not 100, it's $99. We're waiving that activation fee of $99. Guys, doesn't matter if you're not going to make commission, upfront commission from it. We're getting double the value tomorrow. And then it puts you in a position to not only unlock your cabs, but also unlock cabs of agents that are coming in under you. I love to do that. When I get a brand new agent, I'm unlocking all their cabs. 2 reasons why. 1, I'm gonna help them with value. 2, I told them they were going to get 100 for the agent. I got to make sure they get the 100 for the agent, right? I made that mistake with David Marquez. But 3, the overrides that we're getting from the brand new agents, field trainers or senior field trainers. See, if you're a sales director, you're seasoned enough. I'm not unlocking your cabs. Let's just be real. Don't be calling me, telling me, hey, so you unlock my cab? No, figure it out within your team. Y'all can make it happen. But I'm going to sit there and make sure that I'm going to help my team grow, especially their paycheck. Guys, when you first come in, your goal, your task is to get something done within a week. The reason why, or that following, that Sunday, that Saturday that's coming up, the reason why is because you want to make a paycheck. You make a paycheck in this business, in this industry, you're not going nowhere. I don't care if it was $100 for that week. You're not going nowhere. That's an extra $400 in a month. You're not going nowhere. That's not including the residual. You're not going nowhere. So imagine you do that and then you duplicate it for your team and they do that. They're not going nowhere. It's just not happening. These are numbers. I didn't make these numbers up. These are, look it up in GoPro. Talk to David. David is like the Bible of network marketing. I swear this guy is Moses himself, right? He would tell you, you help a business partner make $1 within that first week, they're staying with you a minimum of 6 months. We got agents that are going inactive next month, the following month. Why? Because you didn't help them make that $1. It's so simple, guys. When you look at this industry, it's not easy, but it's simple. Now, a little quick recap. right? I just had to throw the slide in here so I can make it look, the training look a little longer. I can impress Reza, like, but guys, look, write down every person you speak to. Rob, myself, so many other leaders, we do this very, very well. Everywhere we go, we're speaking to somebody. I don't care who it is. I told you the story, and actually she didn't join. How I had a meeting in Orlando. I had to sit there and get valet. Valet came, right? Thank God I'm like a diamond member, right? So I didn't really have to pay for valet. But the new agent I just signed up, she had to pay for valet. So I told the young lady, I said, hey, don't worry, those 2 tickets are mine, right? I said, I need a family and friend discount, right? And the girl starts laughing. The one that's working valet that's ringing me up. And normally it's $30 per ticket, right? She only charged me $15 because mine was already free. So she goes, it's $15. And I said, oh man, you did give me the family and friends discount because I don't know if you know it, but you're my friend. And she starts laughing. She goes, I am? I said, of course you are. Hey, let me get your Instagram. I gave her my phone right away. Gave her phone right away. She went, typed her Instagram. I followed her. And I said, hey, can you get your phone out? She got her phone out. I said, can you follow me back? I said, it's only right if I follow you, you follow me. She goes, of course I can. Boom. I said, you know what? I say, the crazy thing is, I love your energy. I love how happy you are by just bringing people up for valet. Your smile is worth way more money than what this company is paying you. She goes, what do you mean by that? She's like, I'll be very busy. I got like 3 kids at home. I said, it's okay. This is exactly why you need to do something else. I can teach you and give you a platform that you can do this from home. You continue to smile, make money. At the end of the day, you will always be around your kids. She goes, nah. The girl that I just enrolled goes, yeah, he's like the plug. You need to make sure you follow him. Guys, guess what? I'm writing down her name. I'm writing down her as a potential. I'm following up with her, right? And then I also learned this from other leaders. I think David Marquez or Rob, what they do is they like to take screenshots of the profiles and they add them under their album and they create the album as potential agents or clients. Guys, we're using social media so much. Sometimes we get lost. Snap that, screenshot that person, add them to that folder. It takes a couple seconds. And then follow the 2-2-1. Follow up in 2 days, 2 weeks, in a month. And I also like to follow up with the new announcements, the new systems, the events, the giveaways. Guys, we just gave away like $250,000 for Black Friday. You know how many people you should have followed up and told them to log in? You know how many inactive agents you should have been like, yo, look, check this out. You could have been part of this, but you missed out because you're inactive. But look what the company's doing, right? We can leverage the trip we about to do in Dallas. Follow up. Yo, Rob, man, I know you're inactive, but check this out. We got the biggest event coming up next month. I need you to be there. I need you to see the new vision that this company has. And man, we're going to the moon with this. But Rob, I need you to get back active so we can go ahead and get you that ticket. See, it's the confidence. It's the attitude. It's the way I deliver the message. Because if I'm like, yo, Rob, how you been? All good, you busy? Oh, I know, I've been busy too. But look, check this out. I was thinking maybe you could take a flight with me down to Dallas. And I know it sounds weird, bro, but still, just maybe we can just go. I don't know. There's kind of some new things that I kind of want to show you. He ain't going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. But if I'm like, yo, Rob, check this out, man. These new, the new system, the new announcement that the company has in Dallas, bro, you can't miss this. You can't afford to miss this. Bro, let's hurry up and get you active again because I'm telling you, we about to run and this time you can't miss the train. Completely different, right? And then guys, go in your back office and run some reports, your customer report. And with the customer report, I love to call them and just ask them, how is their process going with the actual credit restoration? Have they seen results? And if they did, great. Oh my God, who can we call right now? Tell them your story. How can you help? I helped you. See, at that point, I'm not scared to ask for help. Yo, Rob, check this out. You're telling me you went up 150 points? Yo, Arnie, you're telling me you got that house? Bro, I'm sorry, yo. I have to take some credit for that. Can we agree? Of course, they're going to be happy. Yeah, I'll give you some credit. Hey, so look, I need a huge favor. I need you to call at least 5 people right now. We need to share this testimony, and I need to get more enrollments. Like, let's do this right now. Like, and we about to get you your services for free. Yeah, 5 enrollments, I got you. Don't worry. We do that all day. Right? So make sure you do that. And then also run your report for enrolling a customer as an agent, right? Because a lot of these customers, again, if I'm having like, yo, Dr. Arnold, bro, you told me you bought that house, your credit score went up by 150 points. Bro, congratulations. Yo, how many people in your family need this? How many friends and family? How many coworkers? How many people at your church? What about your neighbors? Don't you think they want to get away from this neighborhood too? Oh yeah, bro, I need you to do me a favor. Let's upgrade you, right? For only $111 more, but check this out before you get all crazy on me, right? What is that going to do for you? Not only is it going to give you up to $100,000 in life insurance, but everybody that you about to send me that you know is about to get enrolled, the company could probably pay you $100 for each one of direct deposit every Thursday. What? Yeah, and Dr. Arnold, guess what? I'm going to do the work for you. Then eventually, you know, you can just copy what I'm doing. They always say it's okay to be a copycat, just copy the right cat, and that's going to be me. But don't worry about that later on. But guys, it's how you deliver the message. And then understand this, you never know someone's life or mindset might have changed, right? When I first, and I use this for example, when I first met Rob was straight. He was set. He had everything lined the way he wanted and the way he seen it. Right? But then what I do, I start bringing him around. I start showing him the lifestyle that I live. Right? And before I knew it, I didn't know I was changing his mindset. And then he became more open to the idea because he's like, yo, X, hold on. Is this how you're able to spend all the time with your son? Because I have a son and daughter that I would love to spend more time with. Rob, this is all I do. As you can see, you spend the time with me. As you can see, you're going to the meetings with me. This is all I'm doing. Right? His mindset changed. It wasn't his situation. His situation was always good, but his mindset changed. Then with Razor, it was a little different. It was the lifestyle, right? She went from having a big crib to it goes into foreclosure, to losing everything. Now she's coming back home with her son in a U-Haul truck with everything she owns behind her. So she called me, she said, Xavier, I have enough money to get enrolled and I'm about to leave less than $2 in my account. But I need to do this because my situation in my life have changed. And I'm not going to let my son see this. I'm not going to let my son feel this. I need to live better. See, I didn't know Rachel was going through all that. When we first had a conversation, she told me what she was going through, right? But I didn't know it was hitting her right then and there. So when she seen the opportunity, because she started as a customer, now she had to wait to upgrade, right? Again, customer to agent or as agent, enrolled customer as agent. She was one of them. Her life has changed. She had no choice. Her back was against the wall. And this is the only vehicle that someone put in front of her that she said, you know what? I can ride this till the wheels fall off. And know where she's at today. RVP, soon to be EVP, multiple 6-figure earner, not once, but 2 bands already being paid for by the company. Our member just won a cruise. I mean, won a trip to Mexico for 5 days. I don't even remember when we leave. But those are all good problems. So understand, you guys don't even know. In your book of notes, y'all might have the next Alfred Nixon. In your book of notes, y'all might have the next David Marquez. In your book of notes, you might have the next Bruno. In your book of notes, you might have the next Rob. In your book of notes, you might have the next Anthony Kelly. You don't know. But one of y'all is going to stop following up, and one of us is going to continue to follow up, and they're going to be under our organization. And then you're going to be mad. And that might even be your mom. Let's just be real. Mom Dukes might be under us, and you're going to be like, Mom, how can you do me like this? She's going to be like, well, son, you never followed up. They did.
Got
It's
him.
okay. And some people are laughing because these are true stories that I'm telling you. I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm telling you because these are true stories. Right? So just understand that. Right? And the way you're going to be able to do this when you follow up, you know what I mean? Just share your story or somebody else's story. In the beginning, you might not have that success story. That's okay. Neither did I. But it didn't stop me from growing my business because I would leverage Alfred. Yo, man, I partnered with my business partner who I remember just 2 years ago. We was down in Miami. He actually worked picking up trash for a living. And he actually lived with his mom, sharing a room with his brother on Section 8. Now this young man is doing multiple 6 figures every single year. He's helping a lot of people nationwide. And he actually has me under his mentorship. And he told me I can bring more people with me. You want to be one of them? See, I never told you I was going to bring you success. I never told you that I seen the success. I told you that my business partner did, and he's about to put me on, and he's telling me that I can put more people on so he can teach all of us. Post on your social media, tell everybody. Don't mind the train behind me. We're like in the only city in the downtown in the world that has a train that comes through in the middle of the night, in the middle of the streets. I don't know how they make that happen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't stop our train from going, right? So guys, look, so check that out. Tell everyone. When I'm telling you, if I go through my contact list and I haven't went through every single person, almost every single person has been touched. Bless you. Bless you again. So understand this, right? Use videos, use the tools, the webinars, the team training, the system, that PS3, the events. Guys, we have another event coming up, right? Tomorrow, I believe it might be Reza or one of us who's going to do the webinar. You guys are not doing this by yourselves. Leverage the tools that are being provided for you. Rob can tell you, David can tell you, Arnold can tell you, when we first started this business, there was not so many tools available for us, and we still made it happen. We're trying to make this very simple for you guys so you guys can get more enrollments, so your checks can get fatter. The holidays are here. Let's make sure that you're spending the time with your family. Let's make sure you're giving them the gifts that they deserve. So we're taking time out of our busy day, like tonight, doing this training. You know, I got so many presents I have to wrap. It's not even funny. But yeah, I'm still doing this because I want to help people. I've been in a situation where I couldn't afford a gift. I've been in a situation where we didn't get gifts. So under my watch, it's hard for me to see something like that happen. So all I can do is provide the tools. That's what we're doing. And do a call to action. I always ask people, what's more beneficial for you? The client or the agent? Either way, you're going to enroll. What's more beneficial? And like I told you before, remember those first conversations. It's not going to close, but take notes. Take notes when you're having these conversations. I remember when I met Reza, I could probably look at the notes and remember exactly what Reza was going through because I was taking notes. And don't stop until they tell you to stop. And one thing that Arnold has always pointed out to us, guys, look, on the 1st and on the 15th, which the 15th is tomorrow, and Thursdays and Fridays, those paydays, but on the 1st and the 15th, man, some way, somehow, people in the United States have more money, right? The drug dealers even know this, right? Like, so the 1st and the 15th is when people spend the most money because they get the most money. It could be government help. It could be the way the company pays out. It could be the commission structure. Like tomorrow, a lot of people that are broke are going to have money in their bank account. Let's follow up. Let's make sure that we get them to invest it in themselves before they spend this money, spend it somewhere else. It's not even an investment. It's just going to be stupidity. Let's make sure they invest in themselves. And I'm always say this, some will, some won't, so what, who's next? Don't let anybody ever kill your energy or your drive. The reason why I told Rob this yesterday, right? I said, Rob, you know what's crazy? When people allow someone else to determine what day they're going to have, they became a slave in their world. You became a slave in somebody else's world. They have enough power to control what mood you're going to be in for the rest of the day, for the 10 minutes, for that hour, for the half a day, for the full day, for that full week. It doesn't matter. Don't be a slave to somebody's world. You know how many stuff I got to deal with every single day, even from my own agents who think that, oh, X, you didn't keep your word. You told me you was going to be here. I know I told you that, but corporate, right? The co-founder, the VP of sales and development told me I had to be in this training that's already paid for. I got to be on that training. It's already been paid for. It's priorities. But do you think I'm going to let that determine the rest of my day? Hell no. No, I'm going to be smiling ear to ear still in front of the training, doing what I'm supposed to do to go ahead and not only for myself, but for the rest of the team Relentless. And I'm going to be good. I'm not going to let that agent ruin my day just because the way they thought. It's okay. You can voice your opinion, and I appreciate it, and I apologize. But I have to let you know I'm good. Control your emotions. So again, look, tomorrow, double your value. That's more money for us. That's more money for the team. Agents, we're going to get 800 in value points. Customers going to be 400. It's only going to be for tomorrow. This ain't going to be for the rest of the week or the rest of the year. Tomorrow, and tomorrow just happened to be on the 15th. I don't know if corporate already thought this through, but Arnold already told us on the 1st and the 15th, the 1st and the 15th, the 1st and the 15th, and you can even look at his numbers. That's when a lot of enrollments come in. So let's take full advantage of this. Like, these are so straight golden nuggets that didn't come just from me, but it came from all the leaders. This is not what's just working for me. It's what's working for all the leaders. And then again, tomorrow, we're going to have one of our top leaders. They're going to go ahead and do the path to financial freedom on the webinar. You guys already know the link. You guys already know the time. It's like church. It happens every single week, no matter what. Even if the world's ending, we're still going to be in the webinars. That's what we do, right? Just make sure you grab your phone and run. And then we're going to take a step further. And then we have Dr. Arnold Bogarty, our vice president, who's actually going to go ahead and have ugly sweater presentation. That's going to be dope. That's going to be exciting. People really want to get out for the holidays and be part of an event just like this. You don't have to sell them on becoming an agent or customer. No, tell them to come out, bring out their ugly sweater. I got mine in the closet. I'm waiting till Thursday, and hopefully I'll be back from Orlando because I want to be part of the event just to wear my sweater. I'm telling you, guys, people love to be involved in certain things. Give them a reason why they need to be involved on Thursday night. Bring out your ugly sweater. Let's just have fun. We might have some coquito, but with no liquor in it. It's okay. It still tastes good. I think people call it, in the American culture, it's called eggnog. In the Puerto Rican culture, it's called coquito. It just has a lot of Puerto Rican rum in it. So we might have eggnog. Let's just say it that way. It's less confusing. And Arnold's going to provide it. So we're good. Right? So, and we always keep our word. So we'll have eggnog there. Right? So check this out. Thursday, follow up. Tomorrow, you're going to follow up. You're going to get people to enroll because you're going to double your points. If not, they enroll, they're coming out Thursday. They're coming out Thursday. Ugly sweater day. I'm telling you, people want to come and to do that, right? That's the end of my presentation, guys. Hyped up. I can't wait to see how the team is going to close out this year. Man, so many amazing things happened in 2021. And now in 2022, even greater things. But it starts from now. It starts from how many seeds can you plant now and how often are you going to water them? Because remember, our season, January, then February and March, man, if you don't put in the work now, you're not going to see the fruits and you're not going to see them in the next month or 2 or 3. But the ones that are putting in the work now, The ones that are constantly just out there hustling, constantly out there planting seeds and constantly watering it. Not only are they going to finish the year strong, but they're going to begin the year even stronger. And we say that because that's exactly what our history has told us. It showed us. It's not because we want to hype you up. I'm self-motivated. I'm goal-driven. I don't need people to hype me up. I don't need people to tell me what they've been able to accomplish. I know what I need to accomplish. I know what I need to do in 2022. So another thing that I want to leave you guys with, type of number one, if you already have a vision board for what your 2022 is going to look like. Type of number one if you already have that done. And if you don't, it's okay. Arnold was the first one. Look, Reza even said not yet. Again, it's okay. Be real, right? Don't fake it. Look, not yet. I'm about to update mine. Not yet, right? Bianca, you saying you and Josh are the goals for 2022? Or are you saying that you and Josh have already completed the vision board? We'll figure that out later. But check this out, guys. Look, highly, highly, highly recommend, right? I highly, highly recommend. Give me 1 second. I was supposed to get on this call a long time ago. Hold on.
Who can make out what he's saying?
Okay, cool, right? So check this out. I want everybody to take the time and create a vision board. Create a vision board. And I'm going to tell you something a little bit more deeper. I want everyone tonight to take some time and really think about what you want out of life. What do you really want out of 2022? What do you really want out of this company? What do you really want out of the team that you're going to build? What do you really want to do in your community? What lives do you really want to change? How many people do you really want to retire? How many people do you want to set their financial future? How much do you want to give back to not only your community, but your local church or any church? How often do you want to feed the homeless? Think about how much money you want to save. Think about how much money you want to invest. Think about exactly the dollar amount and where those investments are going to go. 50% of them should go to real estate. 20% should go into stocks. The other is going to be up to you. It could be crypto. It could be other ventures. It could be Toro. It could be Airbnb. But I want you to be very, very detailed. I want you to put the body that you're going to have for 2022. Like physically, what body are you going to have? Do you want to have like an Arnold body where you're all buff? It's going to take some time. And I don't want to pick on anybody here that's skinny. Or do you want to have that body? Right? Ladies, I don't know what type of body you guys want. It's up to you. But I want you guys to think about every single thing and visualize it. Write it down, full details. And I want you to do one more step. I want you to pray on it, and I want you to write a letter to God, because I have my leaders do this, and every single one has changed. It has changed your life. But I have not yet told the entire team as a team to do this. And I can't wait to see the miracles that are about to happen. I can't wait to see how God is going to take and with that supernatural power that he has, just manifest so many crazy things. And I remember when I told Rob to do this, Rob said, X, how do I start this letter off? I said, Rob, I don't know. He's like, what do you mean? You have done it a couple times. But Rob, I don't know. I don't know how to tell you how you're going to write a letter to your maker. That's the relationship you and him have. Not me, you and him. The relationship that you and him have. So how do you start that letter? I don't know. I have a relationship with my maker, and I talk to him like he's my homeboy with a lot of respect. So my letter sometimes, God, check this out. This is what I'm going through, but this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I'm expecting, and this is what I'm willing to sacrifice, and this is why, and this is what I'm willing to change, and this is why, and this is what I'm willing to do for you, and this is why, but this is what I'm looking in return. Because you have the right to do that. Don't get it twisted. You're not being selfish. You're showing God how much you believe in him. The bigger your dreams are and the bigger your request is. And I want you to go ahead and take that letter and seal it up and put a date on it. 30 days from now. And I want you to go back 30 days later and open up that letter. And you don't got to tell me. You don't got to tell no one. But I guarantee you, if you was as faithful as you indicated in that letter, God's just going to be as faithful to you on what you want in that letter. And it might not happen in those 30 days, but during those 30 days, you're going to start seeing things manifesting to know that that's coming your way. Ask Rob, he knows it a little too well. So understand, guys, this is way bigger than us. Understand at the end of the day, we're not here to play any games. When 2022 comes, y'all going to meet a whole new monster because we got some hefty goals this year. And guess what? My dad literally just put in his retirement. Thank God for that. And his last day, it's going to be March. It's going to be in March. I prayed for this day. I wrote these stuff down. I made sacrifices for this to happen. I wasn't out partying every weekend. We was inside working. So understand, everything and anything you want is right in front of you. Are you willing to go ahead and snatch it up? Are you willing to go ahead and grab it? Are you willing to go ahead and just lean that much closer to get it? Because I'm going to show you guys something right now. I want everybody to turn their cameras on, unless you're in the toilet. Everybody turn your cameras on. Cameras on. Everyone. All right, we got more cameras coming on. Cameras on. I don't care if you're in bed. That just shows me that you're still dedicated. Victoria, girl, I need one of those blankets. I see you. I see you. I think Razor can use one too. All right, check this out, right? I wish there was more cameras on, but it's okay. I told you, we wait for no one, right? I'm gonna show you how in life, you can always do a lot more than what you think. And it's gonna be a simple exercise. I want everybody to put their hands up as high as they can. Put your hands up as high as you can, right? Now check this out. This is the highest point you can reach. I just want you to reach a little higher. Everyone's able to reach a little higher. Guys, it's the exact same thing when life is that simple. Push yourself to the next limit. Put yourself to the next level. You got this. Let's get it. Team Relentless. I love you guys, Mara. I'll give it to you to close out. Let's get it.
Thank you so much for that. A phenomenal PowerPoint presentation. I have witnessed the growth that so many of us have too, Xavier. We appreciate you. We wouldn't be who we are if not for you and your dedication and commitment to all those goals you've set out. Huge congratulations in advance to that major accomplishment with your dad as well. I know what it is like, those Latino men. There's no way their kids are going to take care of them. But at the end of the day, you've done what you've set out to do. Team, we have an amazing opportunity in our hands. We have a way to give people the gift of transformation, the gift of financial freedom, the gift of access to more options where they can choose what to do, how to do it, how much they want to do it, and change people's lives, right? I think that what you do in the life of others, God turns around and makes possible for you, as we see with our phenomenal leaders and all of the success that surrounds us. Let's be different. Let's make a difference. Let's make a huge impact to everyone that we touch. Stay plugged in. We have that Zoom tomorrow evening by our Vice President, Dr. Arnold Bogarty, and ESD Chris Berner. And as well, Thursday, the Ugly Sweater event here in Tampa. I look forward to seeing you all. I saw some mention in the chat about a vision board party via Zoom later this month, the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. You won't miss out. The information will be shared as well as this recording. God bless everyone. Thank you we stayed 90 strong. That means you are all committed, all here for the right reasons. And I look forward to seeing everyone continue their journey towards success. God bless. Have a fabulous night, ladies and gentlemen.
Night, y'all.